Okay. Well, everybody, welcome to the Monday night team up call, and ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everybody. I love that we're together tonight. I love that we're kind of like a small, intimate group, because I'm going to share a little something with you that I'm going to start to unfold after the first of the year. And I'm going to unfold it a little bit at David Beaver's P for Q. And I'm going to unfold it throughout the year. So I'm kind of excited and putting some ideas together. All right. End of the year. There are some traditions out there that encourage people to take a look at their life. So for us, take a look at what happened in like 2016. And with these traditions, what they encourage you to do is when you are doing a reflection, an inventory of your life in 2016, to write down those things that did not serve you. Okay, people, places, things, emotions, beliefs, things that just did not serve you. Once you're done with your list of things that did not serve you, we're encouraged to then write, you know, what inspires us? Where's our bliss for the next year? So what inspires you? What goals would you have for 2017? All right, we're then encouraged then to take the piece of paper where our reflection of 2016 was written on, where we wrote down those things that did not serve us, and crumple them up and throw them in the fireplace or throw them in a bowl. And it's actually called a burning bowl ceremony. And it's fun, and it's, you know, when I used to do New Year's Eve parties, it was always something that we always did at my New Year's Eve parties. So what I want to talk about tonight is going to be, it involves burning bowls, but I want to take you a little further in. You guys know that when I say the first law of learning is, what do I want to hear? Awareness, right? Awareness is the first law of learning. So I want to kind of maybe take you on an awareness exercise tonight. And we're going to go back and do your review in a second. But what I want us to think about tonight is, what kind of year do you want 2017 to be? What audacious goal would you like to shoot for? You know, what inspires you, you know, physically, spiritually, and emotionally? So I want you to think about what that is, but I want you to settle in on one fabulous goal, all right? And then I want you to observe something that's going to happen maybe tonight, tomorrow, next week, and the next 2 weeks. Because when we set a really outrageous goal, something inside of us is going to refuse to comply. Oh, do I have your attention? So you set this hairy, audacious goal, NMD, QNMD, SSC, paycheck with a comma in it, $1,000, $3,000, $5,000. That's your goal. That's your focus for 2017. Something inside of you is going to refuse to comply. And you know why? Because there's a law in physics, and you guys have all heard this, whether you took physics in high school or not, but you're going to hear this. There's a law in physics that says for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Oh my goodness. So every time you set a goal, something inside of you is going to refuse to comply. Guess what starts to show up in your life? Sometimes I call it an interruption, but tonight I'm going to call it resistance. Hi, it's resistance.
You're not watching anything.
And could you guys mute yourselves out, please? Could you mute yourselves out? Hang on. All right, so resistance is going to emerge as soon as you enter what I call the discomfort zone. And we know that to reach that goal, you are going to have to stretch and grow to accomplish it. So the discomfort zone is the place between where you are now and where you want to be, okay? Resistance is going to kick in so that we can stay comfortable. Because resistance is there and you want to say, oh, no, if I will have to stretch and grow to reach this goal, that means I'm going to be out there on a limb. I don't have a net. And this resistance pops up to keep us safe and keep us comfortable. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be talking about the comfort versus the profit margin. All right, resistance is always the strongest at the very beginning when you make a goal, and it's also incredibly strong right before you reach your goal. How many of you have experienced this? You girls that made it to National Marketing Director. Wasn't like that last month, like everything in the world started to show up and you were going, I don't know if I can make it or not. All right, so here I'm going to give you some examples of what resistance looks like. I made this list up. And just kind of, if you hear something that resonates with you, kind of just give me a thumbs up. Because resistance could look like this. Okay? Oh, you're just too busy to move forward to reach that goal. And you might hear yourself saying, I have no time. You procrastinate. Oh, I'll do it later. You're scared into action. Oh my God, what if? What if? What if? You defer decisions. You do it. You decide. You do it. You decide. You lose interest. This is boring. It's not my thing. You're forgetful. Oh, I meant to do that. Oh, I meant to do that. I forgot. You're disorganized. You're disorganized. Terry, you know that file that you sent me on fibromyalgia? I can't find it again. Terry, you know that file on asthma? Can you send it to me again? Terry, where's that video with that guy that's the president, of something out there in Europe? Could you send that to me again? You fog up, you space out. What were you talking about? Okay. You feel paralyzed. I just can't think. I just can't get there. All right. You find reasons not to act. I can't because my son has a recital tonight. I can't because the dog disappeared from the house. I can't because. Another resistance. You become impatient. This is just taking way too long. I don't want to do this anymore. It's just taking way too long. And then here's the number one thing when you know you're in resistance. It's not the number one thing because all of these, and thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you guys for being honest. You keep running into naysayers. It's too expensive. It's not possible. Why are you doing that thing? So these are all examples of resistance. How many of you, show of hand, have experienced any of these? Everybody has. Every single person here has. And so how do we medicate? How do we medicate? Well, we medicate by watching television. Okay? We medicate by spending way too much time on Facebook. We medicate by, let's start another Voxer thread, and let's talk this to death. Okay, we medicate and we find anything that we can do to keep getting to what is it that we really want, which is to hit that goal. Now, if you're going to write something down, write this down tonight. There has to be resistance for there to be growth. So this resistance, I'm not saying it's bad. Just know that there has to be resistance for there to be growth. Everybody look at me. Okay, look. Itty bitty seed. Okay, we take this itty bitty seed and we plant it in the ground. Now this itty bitty seed in its DNA has the potential to grow to be a mighty oak. Itty bitty seed, we put it in the ground, right? And we water it, and there's sunshine. That's like our prayers and our intention all over this itty bitty seed. The itty bitty seed has to then what? It has to fight resistance. It's got to move through the soil. It's got to move the dirt. It's got to fight through the resistance so that it will break through it will break through and then start to express itself as that mighty oak. Does that make sense? That's why, we just say, if there's no growth, there's no results. There cannot be growth unless there is resistance. Something else. If your goal is to have a paycheck with $3,000 and you're not hitting some resistance, guess what? That goal is probably not worthy of you. Oh, that goal is probably, you're playing way too stinking small. There has got to be some resistance for us to stretch and grow. All right, so back to 2016. Now, what do you want to leave behind? What do you want to grow through? What do you want to push through? The excuse of being too busy, procrastinating, watching too much TV, too much time on social media, deferring decisions. Ladies, Prince Charming is not showing up. Okay, stop deferring your decisions to somebody else. You're forgetful. You're disorganized. Okay, you feel paralyzed. Okay, you're impatient. You're running into naysayers because of your limiting belief and because of your fear. Now, what do you want to leave behind in 2016? And then, what's your vision for 2017? All right, anybody got a piece of paper they want to hold up with something that they want to leave behind? Okay, Michelle, unmute yourself. Michelle Little, what are you leaving behind?
All right, I want to leave behind negative thoughts, people, and relationships, and clutter.
Okay. All right, here's the deal. Here's the deal. When you make that decision, three things are going to happen. Number one, there's the resistance, and now you're aware. I'm aware. So you'll know, oh my gosh, this is normal. This is normal. All right, so you're kind of working through that. You're pushing through the soil. Coincidences will start to show up. There will be change in your life also that goes along with that resistance. All right, congratulations. Who else wants to speak up? Who wants to leave something behind in 20? Tish Clayton, read it out loud to me. I can't hear you, honey. You're still muted. You're going to have to mute yourself, guys. Tish, go ahead.
Fear, self-loathing, and excuses.
Okay, now remember the fear, it's all part. So yeah, you can put down the fear, but the self-loathing is even more powerful because fear can be just, disguised as a million things. I love that piece about self-loathing. That is so powerful. Thank you for your honesty and being so vulnerable. Michelle Malloy, what are you leaving behind in 2016?
Frustration, anger, dwelling thoughts, and drama.
Wow. Okay. Anybody else want to share what they're, Kathy, it's Kathy Schlund. I see you're unmuted. Do you want to share what you're leaving behind in 2016?
Here's my paper.
Okay.
And I'm leaving behind limiting beliefs around money, clutter, and not having clearly defined goals.
Oh, because remember, if you don't have the goal, you're not going to have the resistance because you're playing too small. Thank you, Kathy, for your honesty. Lisa Mosley, my darling.
Hello. I'm going to leave behind mental clutter, not just the clutter of the things in my life, but the clutter of what's up here going on, because for me, the organization up here and getting my thoughts clear and focused is what's going to change my life.
Okay. See, fabulous work. Fabulous work. Thank you, Lisa. Anybody else want to share what they're going to leave behind? Yes, Tippy.
Yes. Naysayers, reasons not to, and insecurities.
Okay, reasons not to. Fabulous. You're going to make a decision, draw a line in the sand. You girls are good. You're good. Does this whole thing about resistance make sense to you now? just the fact that you know it's a normal thing to happen when you set a goal, is that going to help you when you're pursuing a goal? Oh my gosh, there's what Terry talked about. There's that resistance thing. It's perfectly normal. I get it now. I'm going to continue to move through. Anybody else want to share something they're going to leave behind in 2016?
Terry,
Yes,
I'm gonna leave behind that voice in my head that just keeps talking to me and tells me I can't do it.
Nag-
No, that just nags me to death.
Yeah, I call her nagness. Okay, we're going to bury nagness. I love that. Thank you, Sherry. Thank you. Anybody else want to share what we're leaving behind in 2016? Jerry Moran.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, honey.
Okay. I've got procrastination.
Yeah.
I've got playing the victim card and relinquishing control to better let go.
Thank you, Jerry. Hey, Jerry, out of curiosity, what does procrastination look like in your life?
Oh, finding so many things that I could do to busy myself with volunteer work, with philanthropic, good things, but not best choices.
Yeah, not anything that's going to get you to your goal. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Thank you for seeing that for what it is. Anybody else want to share? Yeah. Amanda.
I am going
Hey
to leave.
Terry, I'll share.
Okay, hang on just a second.
I want to leave behind clutter and comparison. So those
Clutter.
are my two things to focus on.
Clutter and what else did you say, Nicole Fletcher? Clutter and what else?
Sorry, clutter and comparison.
And who do you compare yourself to?
Just, I think social media, it's just hard to, you constantly are comparing yourself to other people's highlight reel, and that's not the real thing, you know? And so just focusing on what's working for me and for my team and, you know, just kind of using that as a good thing as opposed to something that distracts you.
Good girl. Good stuff. I'm guilty of that too, Nicole. You can ask David Beavers. That's social media. Can be the curse or the blessing. But thank you for being so honest about that. Good for you. Amanda.
I am going to leave behind fear, anger, limiting beliefs, and misled good intentions, if that makes sense.
Oh, what does that look like in your life?
Just wanting something more for somebody else than they want for themselves.
Yeah.
And kind of not just pulling the cart for them.
Yeah, boy, we're the fixers, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anybody want to put that down, 2016? I let go of being a fixer. Very good. Okay, anybody else? Oh, you guys were so much fun. All right, this is what you do. All right, you have this piece of paper, and you wrote down all the things that you're going to leave behind in 2016. How many of you have a fire going in the fireplace tonight? How many of you do? Toss that paper into your fireplace. Burn that sucker down. I give you permission. If you don't have fire going in the fireplace, take that. It's very, very therapeutic. Take it to your kitchen sink. Torch it. Take a match to it. Torch it. Because that's something that you're going to leave behind. All right? Now, I want all of you to pick up a piece of paper and show me, flash the screen. What's your big, hairy, audacious something for 2017? It's going to be big. It's going to be fun. It's going to be magical. I see Michelle Malloy. What is that? Pick it up. Show us. Hold it up.
We all know NMD.
Yay! Michelle.
That'll be early.
Everybody, unmute yourselves and just shout it out loud.
Financial freedom.
Yeah.
QMD.
QMND.
UMD.
24 Club.
24 Club. All right.
50 Club.
Who's that? 50 Club. I know.
QNMD.
Club.
All right, guys.
QNMD.
You know, you got to speak. There's such power in your words. Say it out loud. Share it with a friend. And we're all friends here tonight. All right. You guys have honored me in 2016, 2015, 14. Believe you me, I'm never leaving any of you guys behind. David Beavers put something up. Oh, P for Q. Wow. Oh, David.
15 new Qs.
David Beavers. 15 Q and MDs. Yes, David. All right. 2017. I'm going to tell you guys, it's never been the timing perfect. Come on along for the ride. Lock arms with us. Dream. Focus. We've got the programs. We've got the tools. We're here to support and serve you. Love you guys. Merry Christmas. Good night. Peace out.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Bye-bye,
Thanksgiving.
everybody.
Love you.
Merry Christmas.
Good night,
Bye,
everybody.
y'all.
Merry Christmas, everyone.
Peace and blessings.